What's going on, guys? Now, before I get into the bulk of this video, if you do want to pick up a copy of Cricket Coach 2014 for yourself, you can use the link down below in my description for an exclusive 10% discount. Right, guys, today we are playing the second game of the Super 8s, and we've just gone and got Alex Hales very early on, so I'm very, very happy about that. What a perfect start from Adam Milne. That is the best start we could have asked for. But the second game of the Super 8s, and Milne is just on fire. He's gone for 10 in his first over, but he has taken 2 wickets and 2 big wickets as well. Now all we need is Joe Root down the other end, and we are going to be absolutely cruising against this England side, who had a bit of a scare against Afghanistan, earlier this week. I think it was Thursday morning, New Zealand time. So that's pretty good. But we've started off very well here. If we can get Joe Root, which we have gone and done, 18 for 4. This is a similar situation. God, my words are all over the place. Not just today, but all this week. My words are all over the place. But a very good start. Both opening bowlers picking up 2 for. We are going to go and change that around. We haven't made much changes to our team that obviously beat South Africa. We have made just the one change, and that is Robbie O'Donnell. He has come in for Michael Bracewell, who didn't have the best of games last time around. Tim Southee just carrying on the good work, and we've gone and got Morgan in 27 for 5. This is actually how England played the other day. It is actually how they played the other day. It is crazy how it happened. They did manage to scrape away with a win. I think between Moeen Ali and David Willey, I think they had a very good partnership, obviously, because those two batted till the end. But I think there was 25 hit off the second to last over, and I think that really changed the game and turned the game probably more in England's favour. I think before that, it really was, open season. I think Afghanistan could have gone, and if they'd restricted them, to something a bit less, 120, maybe even 115, 110, I think they would have been in with a very good shot of upsetting the English. But the English, they got there in the end. They got the win, the 2 points. It doesn't matter how they did it, and that is really all that matters. But I was watching Afghanistan I think they were 3 for 3. No, not 3 for 3. I think they were 13 for 3. They just seem to keep losing a wicket on the last ball of every over of the last 3 overs, which was quite weird to see. And then I did actually go and turn it off and just looked at the scorecard after that. So, but they've fought back well here. They've kind of done, I guess, a similar kind of thing. They did struggle at the start, but they have now come back with a nice wee partnership. And 76 for 5, make that 76 for 6 as Neesham goes and picks up Butler, who was struggling a little bit today, which is quite strange for him. Normally a guy who does strike it well over 100 was striking it under 100 today, so that's alright. We just need to get rid of Bairstow. We're into the bowlers now as well, so we could potentially go and look at trying to wrap things up here, but Johnny Bairstow is playing a very good innings at the moment, 48 off 29, and he really is carrying this English side at the moment. So, as I said, if we can go and pick him up, really work on the bowlers, then we are going to be hopefully in with a good shot at the victory. So it's worked pretty well, though. I don't think I've worked my bowlers too well, but it's not really going to matter because we have gone and obviously picked up that man that we did want to. We picked up Bairstow, the last recognised batsman, and now we should hopefully be able to run through this tail, do what the Afghans couldn't do, and hopefully try and keep them down, to a pretty moderate, moderately low total. My words are just all over the place this week. I do apologise. I don't know what it is. But Milne coming back in. And he's one of those guys, I've said it time and time again, video after video. If you get him in and he's bowling well at the tail, he will just absolutely run through them. And that is the case. 2 wickets and 2 balls. He finishes with 4 for 14. What a bowler he has been. England get the 100, so that is what we are going to be chasing. And you'd have to think with our batting lineup, you would be fairly confident in that. Especially with Worker, who I think didn't make his debut in this tournament. I think he played his 3rd game. I think it was against South Africa, or maybe it was the last game of the group stage. And since then, he has really gone and cemented his place. I think he hit a 61. That is his highest score in that game. And since then, he's just gone on in leaps and bounds and just carried on, and I guess in the way you need to. And when you're chasing only 100, it can get hard, and this is the same in one-day internationals. You can kind of get a little bit bogged down and, just try and play it out. Whereas if you go out there, and this has happened, I think, a couple of times with New Zealand when Brendan McCullum was playing. If you go out there and, you're only chasing, let's say, 150, maybe even less than that, Brendan McCullum comes out and smashes an absolutely incredible quick-fire 60 or 70, and all of a sudden that total is made so much easier. You see it quite often where teams will struggle chasing those lower totals because they will go out and just try and noodle it around, And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that strategy, but they go out there, try and noodle it around, and they do get themselves into a bit of trouble and make an easy situation a lot harder on themselves. So I wouldn't put a bet against either of these two getting out, because they are just absolutely incredible T20 players. Look at that, averages both over 50. Kane Williamson's is closer to 60 than 50, would you believe it? A lot of not outs in that innings, and just like that, have gone and put the kiss of death on them. Guptill goes for 24, but again, he's done his job. He didn't really have too much that did need to be done. O'Donnell, he's another guy who he's had a pretty good, successful one-day start to his career, but hasn't really played too many T20s. Only his third game here today, but I think he scored 100 for me in one-day cricket and can be very aggressive. So it's good to have him in there. Obviously, him and Bracewell kind of fighting out for that number 4 spot now that Ross Taylor is out of form and obviously getting on in age as well. But I didn't think that we would take this long to go and chase it down. I didn't think that we would be 3 down either, but at the end of the day, we've gone and got there. We are now 2 from 2 in the Super 8 stage, and Pakistan have lost as well. So that it basically guarantees us through, because England and South Africa, I believe, still have to play each other. We've still got to play Pakistan. So at the end of the day, we probably are still going to finish top regardless of what happens next week in our next game. But anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap things up here. Do hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please remember to leave a like. If you are new, please do subscribe. Make sure you check out my Facebook and Twitter links. That can be found down below in the description. Hope you're having a good long weekend so far. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. We've got week 5 of Cliffy's Champions League coming your guys' way. Make sure you do not miss